This is one video you definitely don't want to miss. Today, we're diving deep into a car that's been creating a lot of buzz all around the world. The question everyone is asking is simple: is it really worth the high price tag? Do the new features truly set it apart from the competition, or is it just another luxury SUV trying to ride on the Range Rover name? Stick around till the end because I'll be giving you my complete breakdown, covering everything from the design to the driving experience, fuel economy, technology, safety, pricing, and of course, my personal verdict. By the end, you'll know whether the 2025 Range Rover deserves your money. If you're new here, welcome to RVP Auto1, your go-to channel for car reviews, comparisons, and honest opinions. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss our latest uploads. Alright, let's start with the exterior. The 2025 Range Rover is the perfect example of how to evolve a design without losing the DNA that made it iconic. Instantly, you can recognize the floating roofline, the clean and flush bodywork, and those signature proportions that scream Range Rover. But Land Rover has sharpened things up this year. The headlights are slimmer, fully digital LED units that look futuristic, while the grille has been slightly reworked to be more refined yet powerful. The body panels are cleaner than ever, almost minimalistic, and that's what gives the SUV such a commanding presence on the road. One of my favorite touches is at the back. The taillights are completely hidden until illuminated. During the day, you barely see them, just a clean black panel, but once the sun sets or when you hit the brakes, the sleek vertical lines glow up, making the SUV look ultra-modern. It's like the car is alive. And let's be real, if you pull up in this, you don't need to shout for attention. The design is subtle, but it radiates authority and prestige. Now, let's talk interior. This is where the 2025 Range Rover truly makes you feel like you've stepped into another world. Open the door, and you're greeted with soft close doors, ambient lighting, and a cabin that feels like a luxury lounge. The materials are outstanding, everything you touch is premium. Leather is available in multiple grades, but you can also opt for sustainable alternatives like high-end recycled fabrics or eco-friendly textiles that don't compromise on feel. The star of the show is the massive curved glass infotainment display, running Land Rover's Pivi Pro system. It supports wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, it's fast, intuitive, and gets over-the-air updates. Below that, the climate control panel is sleek, with haptic feedback and rotary dials for temperature adjustment. Every detail feels carefully considered. The seats are where the magic happens. They're not just heated and cooled, they also have massage functions that can be customized. And if you opt for the long wheelbase version, the rear seats are next-level luxury. Imagine having an aircraft-style reclining chair, with extended leg rests, armrest controls for media, and your own climate zone. It feels like a first-class cabin on four wheels. Add in the panoramic glass roof, and it just feels like pure serenity. Now, driving a luxury SUV this big could feel intimidating, right? But the 2025 Range Rover makes it effortless. The performance options are wide-ranging. You can go for the 6-cylinder mild hybrid, which balances efficiency and power beautifully. There's the mighty V8 that pushes this SUV like a sports car while delivering that unmistakable roar. And then there's the plug-in hybrid, which is probably the most practical for everyday city driving. It gives you a significant all-electric range, enough to handle your daily commute without burning fuel. And on the horizon, Land Rover is preparing a fully electric version, which will make the Range Rover lineup even more future-proof. On the road, this SUV is silky smooth. The adaptive air suspension absorbs bumps like they don't exist, and if you're in the city, the rear-wheel steering is a lifesaver. Despite its size, you can park and maneuver the Range Rover with surprising ease. But what about off-road performance? After all, the Range Rover has always been more than just a luxury cruiser. And yes, the DNA is still here. With terrain response, you can dial in the settings for mud, snow, sand, or rocks. It adjusts the suspension, throttle response, and differentials automatically. Ground clearance is adjustable, and yes, it can still wade through deep water like a proper Land Rover should. So if you want to take your million-dollar-looking SUV into the wild, it's more than capable. Now let's talk about something very important: fuel economy. It all depends on the engine. The mild hybrid 6-cylinder is the most balanced, offering decent mileage for a vehicle of this size. The V8, well, let's be honest, it's thirsty, but if you're going for that, efficiency probably isn't your top priority. The plug-in hybrid, on the other hand, is where the savings come in. If most of your trips are within the city, you can do them almost entirely on electric power, which means fewer fuel stops and more money saved in the long run. Of course, technology doesn't end with the screens. Safety is a huge part of this SUV. You get adaptive cruise control, lane keeping assist, blind spot monitoring, 3D surround view cameras, and even a remote park assist feature. Imagine standing outside your car and parking it with your key fob. Yes, it can do that. These features make it easier and safer to drive something this big, and they also add peace of mind for your family. Now, the big one, price. The 2025 Range Rover is not cheap. It starts in the six-figure territory, and with custom options, extended wheelbase, and higher trims, it can easily climb into ultra-luxury pricing. But here's the thing, nobody buys a Range Rover because it's a bargain. They buy it because it's a statement, a lifestyle choice, a mix of prestige, comfort, and capability that very few SUVs in the world can truly match. Rivals like the Mercedes GLS, BMW X7, and Cadillac Escalade are strong contenders, but none carry the heritage and understated luxury that the Range Rover offers. So here's my personal verdict. The 2025 Range Rover hasn't just kept up with its competition, it's still the benchmark. It combines old-school craftsmanship with modern technology, it drives like a dream on the road, and it still has the ability to go off-road better than most SUVs in its class. If you can afford it, it's one of the most complete, most desirable luxury SUVs you can buy today. That's it for today's review of the 2025 Range Rover. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to RVP Auto1 for more in-depth car reviews. Tell me in the comments below, if you had the budget, would you pick the Range Rover, or would you go for something like the Mercedes GLS or BMW X7? I'd love to hear your thoughts, and I always read your suggestions for future reviews. Until next time, drive safe and I'll see you in the next video.